Breaking news right now, there are major developments in Iran that could reshape the geopolitical landscapes in the Middle East. Reports are circulating globally, including confirmation from the Iranian state media, indicates that the supreme leader Ali Khamenei or Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has been killed following the military airstrike in Tehran. This is a historic moment with both strategic and human consequences, right? And we're going to unpack everything now with what's verified and what's possibly means going forward. If you haven't watched our deep dive that we did on earlier today's live session, be sure to go ahead and watch that. Now, first and foremost, this is not a rumor. Multiple sources, including the Iranian official outlets, have now acknowledged the death of Al Khamenei after strikes, right? This is significant. Iran rarely confirms a loss of top leadership in real time during a conflict. Now, initial reports have emerged from statements by the Israeli and US officials. Then major international outlets such as Reuters and Access have begun covering the situations. Iran's own media state later confirmed Khamenei's death and declared official mourning of 40 days, describing him as a martyr. Now, there is no official detailed statement describing the precise circumstances of his death or the mechanics of the strikes itself, but the acknowledgement from the Iranians state channels signal acceptance of what Western officials initially reported. Now, why this matters: for decades, he was the central figure in Iranian's politics, the ultimate authority over Iran's military, nuclear policy, judiciary, and foreign relations. This leadership shaped Iranians' strategy for nearly 4 decades, including responses to US, regional alliances, and proxy networks and diplomacy. When a country's highest authority is killed or martyred or assassinated, especially in wartime, the implications are enormous. Now, number one, is going to create a power vacuum at the very top of the state leadership. It opens up internal struggles within Iran's political and religious hierarchies. It forces a potentially contested succession processes. It can inflame nationalist sentiments and hardline reactions. This is not a minor change in personnel. This is a structural shift. Under Iran's constitutional framework, the next supreme leader is selected by assembly of experts, a council of senior clerics that have been tasked with choosing the leader. However, this process has never occurred amid active military escalations. That means we are likely to see intense behind the scenes maneuvering among senior clerics. The IRGC, this is the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, and the political factions inside Tehran. Some analysts warn that the IRGC may try to assert more control during the transition, which could dramatically shift Iranians' policy directions. As we speak, there is no public confirmed successor, but the vacuum is being watched closely by both regional capitals and global powers. Now, already, as we mentioned in our live session today, which if you haven't watched, so go ahead, please do. We did a deep dive on this thing dating back all the way to 1979. And beyond that, up until the current situation that we've been facing, that's been developing for the past 72 hours, leading to the death of the Iranian's supreme leader. Now, Russia has condemned the strikes as illegal acts of aggression, warning that the situation could spiral into broader conflict. European nations are calling for restraint and respect for international law. United Nations representatives are urging all parties to avoid escalations, which is a little bit too late right now. Now, in the Middle East, Iran's allies have publicly supportive of Tehran's resistance, while US and Israeli officials justify the strike as targeting strategic leadership amid perceived threats. What stands out here is that not just the conflict, it's the conflict of narratives. Each side frames this event differently, which we've spoken about extensively in our live earlier today. And civilians across the regions are watching anxiously. Some are on the streets celebrating the death, and some are very, very, very much heartbroken. Now, inside Iran's public updates are constrained by the widespread internet blackouts, making independent reporting very difficult. Some local Iranian social media communities are debating the implications, some expressing shock, others questioning earlier reports, and others are suggesting that the ultimate authority may pass to another power center in the diaspora communities around the world, especially in the UK and in America. From social media posts, the news has sparked concern over Iran's internal stability, fear of retaliatory escalations, and uncertainty over whether the conflict will grow beyond its current bounds. This is why credible reporting matters. In times of war and confusion, people crave verified information, not speculation. So now let me leave you with this. The death of a supreme leader in wartime is not just a headline. It's a geopolitical event with ripple effects on regional stability and nuclear negotiations, on alliances, and on the daily lives of millions of people. What happens next depends on how the Iran's leadership transition unfolds, whether other regional actors escalate or de-escalate, how global powers choose to respond diplomatically, how civilians on all sides are protected from harm. In moments like this, we don't just chase rumors, we track verified development across references and reporting from multiple sources and nuances over noise. Stay informed, stay safe. I leave you in the care of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Oh, one more thing, if there's anything developing, it'll either be posted or I'll go ahead and make a short video regarding to that. Until next time, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and share.